Well, hello everyone, and welcome back so soon again. Right, we're back in the swing of things. We're making videos. Today we got another great shootout. We have the Sade Box. This is a great box set here. 6 records in here. And this was brought to you by Jeffrey Neal, my cousin. He lent me his box set so I could do the review. Isn't that nice? Thanks very much, Jeff. And then, personally, the only record that I actually own is this one, the Canadian original pressing. And then my friend Simon Black, he has all of the original Music on vinyl titles, the MOVs. These are all MOV titles. So he's lent me these records so I can do the shootout. And so we finally got around to doing that today. It's been a while in the making. One thing I wanted to give a shout out to Simon and to Jeff. And one of the things I wanted to talk about here, first of all, is my last video that I did here yesterday when we talked about the classic record stuff, right? And I asked people yesterday if they wanted me to do a shootout with the Norah Jones record, because I have the Norah Jones on the original Bernie Grundman press, right? And then it's been reissued now, and you can get it. It's been remastered at Sterling Sound in Preston Palace, and this is supposed to sound just as good as the new Analog Productions pressing by Ryan K. Smith. Or, you know, the classic records, actually, the AP pressing of that record is $75, and it's done by Kevin Gray. So folks are saying that they're very, very close. And so I said to the folks yesterday, if you want me to do a shootout of that video, of those records, I will. The classic records, Norah Jones versus the 20th anniversary. And in the same video, I was talking about the Cowboy Junkies, how they have the classic records edition. I compared that to the original pressing, and it was so much better, of course. And I've got people saying, no, we want you to do a shootout of the Cowboy Junkies classic versus the new AP press by Ryan K. Smith. We want that video too, because I asked everybody, if you want me to do the shootout, put in the comments want me to do the shootout. And I said, if I can get 15 people to put in the comments to do the shootout, I'll do it. And I also want to get up to 100 likes on that video. So that's the last video I did. So if you want to help me out and help all the other folks out, because I don't have that many. I've probably got 10 people commenting, and I've probably got about 8 people already that said they wanted to shoot up. Most everybody that comments wants to shoot up, but they don't have the votes, folks. So if you are on that bandwagon, go on the video where I'm holding up the Classic Records edition, right? And vote with your comments, and don't forget to like the video. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit about hi-fi for a second. How the heck do I know what I'm listening to on this? I mean, I've got a stereo and I'm listening to it. How do I know which one sounds better? So my friend Simon Black, he's been over to the house a couple of times, and then we listen to records, right? So instead of me telling you that my stereo sounds good, we have to get somebody else's opinion, right? Jeff Neal, and my cousin's been over here too. He knows how it sounds. But I was over on Rachel the Ghost. I was on her program here. This is a few years back. And somebody in the comment section asked me, Ron, how does your stereo sound? What does it sound like? Give us an idea how good it is. And so Simon Black was actually in the comment section, and I said, well, Simon was just over to the house here last week. Ask him what he thinks it sounds like. And I said, you know, Simon's the kind of guy, he's got all Macintosh equipment. This is all high-end gear. I think his subwoofer alone is $5,000 just for the subwoofer in the system. Very high-end, very good. Very good. So he has a good reference point, right? And the comment he put back was insanely incredible. That's what he said. What is Ron's sound system? What does it sound like? It sounds insanely incredible. And then in the next week or two, he was trying to go out and buy some speakers like I have, because those Macintosh apparently aren't that. He really liked what he heard over here. Let's just put it that way. So you have to be able to have a very resolving system in order to hear the differences, let's say. And when you do have that resolving system, it makes more of a difference what your sources are, because it's more revealing. It's going to either reveal the bad stuff or the good stuff, right? So now that we've got that out of the way, but you still have to be able to hear, right? You still have to be able to know what you're talking about a little bit. So the first record that I listened to over here on the box set, and I compared all the records, was Diamond Life. And on Diamond Life, I actually have 3 different copies of the record. I have my original Canadian press, I have the box, and I have the MOV. And so after listening to it, I rated them. The box was number 1. It came out on top. My copy, the OG, was number 2, and the MOV was number 3. Well, why was that? The MOV produced, well, these are, like I say, these are a little bit older records too now, right? This is newer. And of course, the record I have is analog. The other 2 now they're going to be digital. Mine is original as analog record. So the MOV produced more digital artifacts on the impacts, on the leading edges of, like, there's a wood block and the cymbals and the hitting of the drums, anything where there's some kind of percussion, where there's hitting of things. There was a digital artifact on that. Then the leading edges of the transients were more pronounced and they were distracting. Now, the MOV and the box had more bass than my original pressing did. They had more bottom end. But the box here now really was very clean sounding, very relaxing, had all the detail, but it didn't have those hard edges on the leading edges of the transients and such. And it was just a lot more, it sounds more audiophile, more relaxing. Okay, then we come to the next record. Let me pull that out first. I brought them over here for a reason. We were talking about this record here, Diamond Life. That was the first one we listened to. Then the next one, Stronger Than Pride. This one. Now, the MOV has lots of air. And that air, that extra air on the leading edges, again, the sound, it's making it sound artificial. All that extra air and all that stuff on the leading edges doesn't sound realistic. It's too much of a good thing. The box has less air, it's cleaner, it sounds more realistic. The presentation is very enjoyable on the box. The box is just a lot more enjoyable to listen to. This has, like I said, more air, more transients, but it's not, it's too much of something, right? It doesn't sound realistic. It sounds exaggerated. It's not. And basically, this is the same kind of theme that we're going to go along the whole thing. On Promise, what I wrote down was the MOV again, same thing. The leading edges, the transients are exaggerated. It's distracting. The box is beautiful, beautiful presentation. None of the digital distractions, right? Just relaxing. You close your eyes and you enjoy the music. This is what I get from here. This is, again, lots of digital artifacts, lots of the leading edges. It's a lot of things that are exaggerated, and it distracts from the relaxingness and the presentation, the beauty of the music. There's too much detail in it, the wrong kind. And then we go to Stronger Than Pride. Which one is the next one? Promise. Yeah. Let me go to that was Promise. Right. Flip the page, Ron. Okay, so here we go. Love Deluxe. This one. This was the next one that I listened to. And the MOV is recorded a little bit louder on this one. And my first listen, I thought, this is really going to be, this is where this one's going to win it, because this sounds so good. It's got a lot of impact, lots of dynamics on this one. But then when I went and put on the box, it was lower volume. So I'm saying, well, that, because it did sound too loud, actually. I was thinking, man, I need to turn this down a bit. I don't know what happened, but it's kind of loud. It's so dynamic. It was kind of loud. And so then I realized when I put the box on, the box was lower. So I said, well, it's recorded a little bit hotter. It's a little bit louder on the, even though the run-out groove looked about the same, the MOV was louder when I played it back. So I thought, no, this one is going to be really good. But after a few listens, the other ones I didn't have to listen. I only have to listen 1-2 times, and I understood what was good. I could hear it right away. But now on this one, it took me more listens to try to figure out, because I had to turn the volume and listen. I had to listen to more of the record to understand what was going on. But after a few listens, the same things were apparent, mostly on the voice, though. The leading edge was exaggerated. The box was more natural presentation. All the detail of the MOV had all the detail, all that, but it had with less edginess. That's what I put down. Now, Lovers. Now on Lovers Rock. Now this one, I could not really pick a clear winner on this record. I don't think it's recorded as well as the other ones were. I don't think the recording is as good, because both records have digital artifacts in them that the box just wasn't able to clear up like it did on the other ones. It also, to be more, the MOV maybe was a little bit more dynamic sounding, but they may have just been mastered a little bit louder again on the record. So I wasn't sure if it was because it was maybe a little bit louder. I didn't get the dB meter out and listen to all that. But the MOV seemed to maybe have maybe a little bit more dynamic, but there were still the digital artifacts on a couple of things that I didn't like on the box as well. So they're about the same. Not that they're bad recordings or not, they're not good. This box is really well done, and I really like the box. And I think you can go over to Music, or Elusive Disc has it for $175, and they've got July 10 is like their code, and you can get 10% off until the middle of I think this first week of August still. So you can get 10% off of a $175 box, so that's pretty good. 6 records. So I guess that's going to do it for my my review, I thought this was really good sounding. For being a digital, it's half-speed mastered and all that. I thought they did a really good job. It had a beautiful presentation. The music was beautiful. You could really enjoy it. It's one of those records you can close your eyes and just, you know, melt away into the music. And there's no kind of distracting, artificial things about it, which is where the MOV, that's where it was its strong suit, I guess, was things were a little more lively. The transients and stuff jumped out more at you, and they were more distracting. It didn't add any more beauty to the music. It added more of a distraction to the music. And so, like I said before, don't forget to go back on the last video about the classic record about the Cowboy Junkies. And if you want me to do a shootout, you need to put your votes in there. Also, I don't know if you've all been thinking about this the way I've been thinking about it. You must know some friends. They don't have to enjoy my channel, but just get them to go over to my channel, do the subscribe, do the like, and say, hey, I want you to do the shootout. Get a couple more votes in there, because I really want to do it, but I want to be true to my word too. I don't just want to do it and only have 4 or 5 people want the shootout. I said I need 15 and I need 100 likes. So let's try to get there. And thanks for watching. And I think I'm going to try to go over to Rachel's channel. You know, Rob the Wax is a really good graphic designer. He actually designed some of the t-shirts that Mike Esposito is using now at the In-Groove. And I've been talking about this a while ago, and every time I mention it, I do get people saying, yeah, I want a t-shirt, Ron. When are you going to get me a t-shirt or a record mat or a coffee mug or something? So I think I might go over to Rachel's stream and ask Rob to maybe design up something. I've got a few ideas, and I'll run them by Rob and see what he comes up with. And then I can run down to the t-shirt store, make some t-shirts, and we can get some merch going out there. Not to try to make money, but just, you know, to share the stuff out there if people want that type of thing. So you can leave that in the comments too. Yes, I'm interested in getting a t-shirt or a mug or whatever. Let me know if you're interested in that kind of thing and what types of things you're interested in getting, if anything, right? Thanks for watching. I know I'll put a lot of stuff on this video, but I hope you all enjoyed it anyway. And thanks for watching, and bye for now. Take care, everybody.